You think you know me? Say I'm as cold-hearted as they come. You think I'm slowly.
What's up, Pride fam? We are back for another episode, which is going to be super special, but this is posted after Thanksgiving, so I hope all of you that celebrated had a great gathering with your families, friends, however you choose to celebrate. I'm Molly Gray.
I'm Jeka Jane.
Ken's not here. He's on vacation, but we are Pride House LA. We have some awesome special guests today, you guys. You've already seen them and listened to them, but we have Miss Kelsi Davies.
Hello.
And we also have Eeka McLeod.
Hey, y'all.
Ever since you told me to say it Irish, that's all I hear.
Yeah. McLeod. It's like Scottish. McLeod.
Yeah. Or Scottish, that's what it was.
I know. It's a married name, so my maiden name is Rocha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, I feel like we should at least FaceTime Kent really fast and just tell him hi.
Yeah.
I miss him.
Hopefully he answers. If you don't, I'm going to kill you, Kent.
I'm gonna open.
Wait, why is that so on brand for what we're about to talk to today?
Oh, wait.
okay.
As you call Kent, I'm gonna open up my seltzer.
Smirnoff. How do you stay hydrated with Smirnoff alcohol?
Yeah. Seltzer. Pink
just-
lemonade.
Drink it all
It's
the
just
time.
so good.
Okay.
I'm gonna drink it. While we FaceTime. Is he even gonna answer? If he doesn't answer and leaves us on red, he's gonna be like,
He has to know that you're.
I'm gonna psychically tell him to
yes,
answer
do it.
right now.
Yeah,
with-
tell him, Kelsi.
he's with Smush and
Be
Smush.
firm.
Okay, guys, so we're FaceTiming. If he doesn't answer.
Oh my gosh, he's not gonna answer.
What if he's in the restroom or something?
Oh my God.
He's dropping
He
a
like-
juice right now. He's like, damn it, Molly.
He's like, stop calling me. I'm trying to poop.
Screenshot picture.
Oh man. Here, let me hold it.
Get in there.
I'm trying. Yeah.
Oh, burn.
Oh.
He's a savage.
He'll
Yes.
see that and he'll call us back, and then
That was cold-blooded.
Yeah, yeah.
Love it.
Can't we even did heart and navel for you?
Heart and navel.
Evan said, "Oh man."
Heart
I
and
did
Oh,
neck
man.
and wrist. Was I supposed to do heart and navel?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I did neck and wrist too.
Okay, that's fine.
Dude, they're always on the same
This is why
wavelength.
we're dealing with bad things.
Yeah, we always have
we need to do this.
we're on the
right.
same cycle.
So they're putting their oils on
Same
of heart and navel.
drama
Okay, wait.
So for today's episode, we've all been talking on the phone all week, and we've just been having crazy things happen. And so I was like, you guys need to come to Pride House. We need to get on the podcast and talk about it.
Yeah.
It's been crazy, don't you
It's been
think?
a crazy couple months, I'll tell you
Yeah.
that. The energy, there was also a lunar eclipse.
Yes,
Wow.
that's right. I forgot about
So
that.
things went to shit.
Yeah, you're literally. No, so I'll start because it was a traumatizing experience.
This was that week, too, of the eclipse.
Really?
Was it the same
think
week?
so.
Just last week.
It
Yeah,
was,
November
Gage's
16th, my brother's birthday.
Yep.
That's
I
crazy.
think it was.
Is
the
it?
week,
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I didn't even think of that.
Okay,
That's-
so
oh my
that explains so much. Okay, so it was my brother's birthday on November 16th, his 25th birthday, and we drove down, had dinner. We were down there for 2 hours, and we had a glass of wine, whatever. It was just totally fine. And then we get in the car and we drive back, and we're driving, and the traffic starts to come to a stop, and that's really weird. It was
We
pretty.
just got on the freeway.
Yeah, we
too,
just
so
got
we're
on the freeway.
let's go home and then.
and then
freeway?
it was the 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
So busy freeway.
Busy freeway.
Busy. I mean, all California freeways are busy.
Yeah,
Right?
but it was
At,
stopped.
midnight,
It was
too,
weird. Jeka was driving, I was in the passenger seat, and Emily was in the back. And we come to a stop kind of, and this guy's waving his arms. He's like, please stop, please stop. So we stop, and then we were like, what's going on? He was like, there's a man in the middle of the road. He got ejected from his car. So I run over, sprinted, boom, boom, boom. I jumped out of the car. It was not even a thing, for me to second guess it at all. I jump out of the car, I run, and there's this, elderly Asian man, nose down, on the freeway. Shoes had got kicked off. He had been ejected from his car, where his car was about 800 feet in front, and then he landed by the other car within a foot.
Poor
Okay.
thing. Oh my
And
God.
he was nose down on the street, in his own blood. He had blood out of his mouth, blood out of his nose, ears, head, everything. It was literally insane. And no one,
Traumatizing to see.
Yeah, and no one was helping. Like it was like no one was
go into shock. Like it's a psychological thing. Like people are in shock. They don't know what to do.
Yeah.
I think none of us really thinks about ever being put in a situation like that.
No. And then what was even eerie about it too is the lady that we're assuming collided. Well, we know they collided. We're trying to figure out like how it happened. But she was just, her car door was open and she was like literally just leaning on her car door staring at him.
So let's just like chilling.
Like this. And I go, first of all, I was like, I know you're not supposed to move somebody after an accident, but I really genuinely thought he was gonna like drown.
Well, you
like,
can't just leave him
face down. He was like, he was smushed. It was so scary. So then, and you could tell he was like kind of trying, but he was like not responsive, but a little bit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we flip him over and I'm holding his head because I didn't want him to like hit his head. I'm holding his head. Eyes are completely closed and I just start screaming at him. I'm just like, you are not gonna, because he was like limp body. I was like, you are not going to die right now. I need you to wake the fuck up right now. And so I'm screaming at him and he finally like kind of opens one eye. So then I look at the lady and I was like, what happened? What happened? She just stared at me. And like, there's a difference between somebody being in shock and then someone just like it was so eerie and creepy. Yeah. And I was like, what the fuck happened? And I said, are you drunk? And she goes, no. Like, oh my God. No. And then, but you could tell she was. Oh, and like, it was so freaking frustrating. And then, so I'm like, what happened? What happened? What happened? Like literally trying to get out of her. And she literally verbatim says, I was trying to go this way and then all the cars came this way. So she got on the road somehow, like off the exit or something, went the wrong way on the freeway, collided with this.
Probably head on.
Yeah.
Which is going to cause somebody to eject from the vehicle.
The guy's
absolutely.
car, the couple's car. So then we find out, I didn't even know that his wife was in the car. I thought that he was the driver, but I thought he was the only one in there. Say that the car is the size of your hand. The car was like less than that. Like it was smushed. Like it was so crazy. And then her car just had like airbags deployed. Yeah. It was really crazy. And then... So then I look over at Jeka because he starts walking up and then, they go, he's worried about his wife. I'm assuming he's worried about his wife because he started to like kind of do this thing where he was like trying to get up and I was like holding him down. I was like, just in case, I mean, not just in case, he had injuries. Like he was so messed up. Yeah. And mind you, I'm like sitting in a pile of blood. Like I had to throw the jeans away. You guys saw the empathy shirt. It was a little bit, but like that was from him like coughing. Oh, you know, like that's where that blood came from. Wow. And so I was, I said, where's his wife? Where's his wife? And I said, your wife is okay. And she was over with Jeka. And you can tell your experience with that, babe, of like trying to find her phone.
Well, like Molly, you just got out and like ran like back on the freeway. So I was just, I looked over and the lady there's two people standing there, a young guy with a flashlight, and then the lady, and she was kind of like rummaging through the car and she was just bleeding like from the top of her head. And I was like, are you okay? And she was like, I can't find my phone. And I was like, well, I'll help you look. And so I was trying to open up the back door and she was like, it doesn't open because the car was literally like a pancake.
It was so scary.
What I think happened is the drunk person got on the wrong side of the freeway and then the couple came and I think the guy probably stopped. Yeah. Or they maybe, hit and then the car behind them. I'm assuming, I think it was the semi that was pulled over on the side because I think the semi just came and just boom and smashed into them, and then I think that's what. And then I think that's the car that their car went spinning and then smashed into the barrier. Yeah. So the back of their car was completely like
if he did not get ejected from the car, he would have been like
because the way that the driver's seat was like non-existent, and then the back of the car there was no back seat. It was just like completely smushed. It was crazy.
It was so scary.
So I was trying to help the lady find her phone, and I was like, "Hi, my name's Jeka. Like, what's your name?" And then I forget. It started with an S, and then I can't remember exactly. And then I was like, "I can help you find your phone." And then
they also didn't speak English very well, so like trying to communicate with them.
She just looked like she was in like.
Complete shock.
I mean, I couldn't even imagine being in an accident.
And then for you guys to stop and help them because people usually just see it and then drive away, whatever.
Yeah.
But you guys,
I just
possibly saved that man's life.
Yeah. Well, so then Jeka comes over, and I wasn't gonna do CPR. I wasn't gonna do any of that because I genuinely he probably has broken ribs. He was.
If he's conscious, it's clear they're breathing. You don't CPR is when somebody they're flatlining, their heart's not beating, they're not breathing.
Well, and he wasn't because he kept going in and out of it. It was really weird. So I was like, open your eyes. So finally the wife comes over, and then he kind of gets a little bit more responsive, which was good. But she was trying to dial her phone, but for those who are watching right now, like if you want to look at me, like she was like, she couldn't like hold on to it and it was shattered. And it wasn't an iPhone.
When we were walking, we pulled our car over to the side and I was like, come with us. So we walked over to the shoulder and then I was like, she was like, I want to go to I was like, do you want to sit in our car for a second where it's like warm? And she was like, I want to go to my husband's. So I was like, okay. So we started walking and we found her phone in the middle of this like pile of like car parts or something. And she was like, my phone. And it was just, completely smashed. She clicked it on and I was like, oh, it works. And she was like, yeah. And so she started trying to call her sister. She called
somebody but she was not in a place to talk to anyone. I said, would you like me to talk to your family? And she handed me the phone and said, who is this? And no, she said, it was sister. So I was assuming it was her sister, not the husband's sister, but I'm not sure exactly which sister I talked to. And the sister answered and she was speaking in their language. And I just was like, hi, hello. And she was like, hello. And I just said, your family has been in a really bad car accident. We believe that they were hit by a drunk driver. Your sister is okay, but your sister's husband really needs some prayers. Like we need like everyone praying like right now. And then talked to her, kind of gave the phone back over and they were speaking and I don't know exactly what they said. But mind you, all this time has been going on and like
No cops.
Jeka called the cops and then like right away. And then it took like, and I get it takes time. But so then the cops get there and then I'm freaking out because this lady is not having any emotion. So I'm like wanting to beat her ass. Like it was such a mindfuck. Oh, and then one guy was like, I have a pillow. Cause I was like literally like holding his head and heads are kind of heavy. Yeah. And he goes, I have a pillow. Should I grab a pillow? And I was like, yes. So that pillow we put under there that way. And I was just again screaming at we could not let him fall asleep again. And so then, the cops get there, whatever, and immediately they just go to the lady because she had started to kind of drift off and they start talking to the lady. Like no one came to him. No one came to this poor man. So they're talking to the lady. And this is where I think maybe the police officer, because he got a little snippy with me at the end, which is I'll get to. But I was like, hey, she doesn't need your attention. I said, this man does. Yeah. And so one officer walks over and he was like, hey, you good? Literally. I was like, no,
hey, bro. How's it going?
You good? And he's literally just like.
Did he hold up one of those smiley face charts? A smiley face from 1 to 10?
And I was getting so frustrated and.
Rank your smiley face here. It's like, hey, girl.
Or
yeah. It was so frustrating. So I kind of walk back and then they go away and then I go back and finally it feels like forever. Also time is different when you're kind of in a crisis like that. The ambulance get there. And when I tell you the people that the paramedics who came out to put him on the stretcher, they look like they were going in slow-mo. They were just kind of
I was watching them
and I
this is probably just another Saturday night for them.
Yeah,
this is what they do constantly.
Yeah,
true. And I was like, hey, this man needs help. I was like, he's not gonna make it. Yeah. Because he was really bad. And then he started to he wanted to try and wake up. So he would fling his body but just coughing. It just, oh my God. When you have a feeling where you're please don't die in my arms right now. Right. That's all that's all I was saying. And I don't often pray too much. And all I was doing, I was outwardly praying. I was and I even said I know I don't pray a lot, but I need you here. And then they come and they take him in the stretcher and they weren't even really holding on to him. They just kind of lifted him up, touching his back. And he was flinging his head, which is so bad. I was so then I was getting frustrated. And then finally at that moment, all my emotions just kind of released. And mind you, it's also freezing outside. And I just start shaking. And this officer comes over and they're asking questions. I gave my number and all that. And then he goes, okay, so I can tell that you've had a few, so you should probably go park, but I'm not going to arrest you. And I go, what?
Is this LAPD?
Yeah. Yeah. And I was like, huh? I was genuinely pissed. And I was like, yeah, I had a glass of wine at my brother's dinner a couple hours ago. And I said, also, I'm not driving. And and then I was like, don't get frustrated with that. It was super weird. He just kind of inserted this because what it was too is they were well, what was she wearing? And I know now she was wearing a black dress, but in that moment I just couldn't. I just literally walked away from the man. Yeah. I'm covered in blood.
You're in shock as well. I mean, I think the whole scene is just
yeah. And I was like, I don't remember. And then that's when he was like, I can tell you've had a few. I said, I haven't had a few. I was so mad. So whatever, we go back and we get in the car and drive home, which was an hour drive home. First of all, you can't drive an hour if you're whatever. But then it made
you can if you're driving the wrong way on the freeway, apparently.
And they also to that experience, I will never even, I told this to Jeka, I was like, I won't even lick like wine and then like get in a car. Like it was so like traumatizing where it's just, you know, regardless of if you're under the legal limit or you don't feel drunk, like seeing that experience
and
you
could never drink and then you have one night where you take, you know, you drink, then you drive, get on the road and that could happen.
Yeah.
Like, it's scary.
And there's other people too. Like if you think like drinking kind of messes up your motor skills in general. So it's like you're not as sharp. Like, so even if you ran into somebody else who happened to be drunk, it's like, you mean,
you don't know how to
like
that quick.
Yeah. Like I feel like, you know what I'm talking about? So
driving's always a risk.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's scary getting on, especially in LA. Yeah. People are insane.
Everyone's so in a rush. I'm like, dude, you should have just left.
So an investigator contacted us the next morning and we told her story. So I guess if anyone's like listening, I mean, everyone's listening, but if anyone's watching or anything, if you could see it on my face, please help me contact his family. I would love to go to the hospital. I would love to make sure he's okay. Anything like
bring some flowers.
If any of his family members are listening, we definitely.
I know after we left, I just kept thinking I should have had her call her phone from my phone, but I just like I wasn't thinking that. She was like, I need my phone, so that's what I was doing. I was like, what do you need from me? And I wasn't thinking.
She probably might not even remember y'all.
Right.
You know,
right,
so if you called, she's gonna think like, who's this psycho on the other end of my phone? You know, because it's so memorable to you.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's true too.
I think
I mean, that'd be cool.
I mean, he was taken to the closest hospital. That's what they're gonna do.
Yeah.
So he was taken to the closest emergency room. So yeah, didn't you have that number to the investigator?
Yeah, but I don't know if I can just call and be like, hey, can we?
Yeah. You can ask to pass along your information. I'm sure they can do that under confidentiality.
I also don't know like who they were investigating too. I want to make sure like I'm on
like we don't know if it was
like against the couple or against the other lady.
Well, you just want to make sure he's okay. You know, this has been on your mind and your heart. Like, you know,
have you information like to ease your mind.
Yeah, I guess.
I know. Right before this, I was like, Kelsi, can you please channel and see if he's good?
Yeah, she gave me his shirt with like the blood on it, and I don't know. I kept seeing like it's not like I saw his spirit or anything, which is a good sign. But I just kept seeing him laying in a hospital bed with his eyes closed. Like I haven't seen him awake. Yeah. You know, like so I don't know what that means. I hope he's okay. I hope he's healing, recovering, you know.
Yeah. Whatever, I hope so too. And they do have a kid, so that's what Ceci or something I remember.
I can't remember exactly.
But so that's kind of been my craziness for the week, and also just like a reminder that, you know, a lot of the times I feel like regular pedestrians can do a little bit more help sometimes right away than officers or
I've watched way too much Grey's Anatomy and SVU to not know how to do things. I mean, we were trying to make light of it, and I was like, does nobody here watch Grey's Anatomy?
I've never watched Grey's Anatomy.
What? Oh my God.
I'm the person who has to watch the real stuff, things like that. But
it's so good.
It's my go-to. Like,
I've never watched you know, shows like that give me such anxiety. They have such like I can't watch reality shows either.
Yeah.
You know, other than like certain like simple ones. Like I was telling you, like I think recently, like Selling Sunset.
Yeah.
I love that because I love seeing like these powerful women doing something they love doing. Yeah. You know, and of course there's a little bit of drama, but you know they hold their own. Of course, Siwa's Dance Pop Revolution because the girls are just so adorable and everything like that. Yeah. But I cannot. A lot of TV gives me anxiety. Yeah, everything on television.
I'm such a reality show junkie. Well, that was a long thing. I'm sorry, but I just had to get that out because it's been like all over my mind and everything, and I wanted to talk to you guys about it. But I thought this is perfect time for our first break, and then we'll come back, and Eeka has a story about finding a dead body.
Yeah.
She found a dead body. It's crazy.
I am that person that everybody's like, God, I hope that's never me. And I'm like, I am that person.
I am that person. So let's go to a quick break, and we'll come back and hear her story.
Gay magic. And we're back, Pride fam. Welcome back. We're back to continue.
And I'm so excited to hear this story. First of all, Eeka's like the best with telling stories because she's super funny and just so real where you're like, oh shit, what's about to come out?
Granny's got the stories. Come on, I'll tell you a story.
Come and sit down.
But she found a dead body, so Eeka, why don't you jump right in and let us know?
So let me just preface this with I am that person. If I did not have bad luck, I'd have no luck at all. I have like I think people have this like perception that my life is so great from the outside. I'm like, my life is shit. Hi, come on over. So basically, and this was like 13 years ago. So I was much younger, much thinner. I'm just going to put it out there. I had gone out to I had nannied for this family for years. I was still really close with their kids. Took one of the kids out for her 15th birthday, right? And I came home. I should have known to just stay in the house. I had a little bit of upset tummy. I felt nauseous. I felt nauseous, but I felt bad because my dog had been home all day. Yeah. And I was like, I'm such a bad dog mom. I haven't taken my dog out. So, and this is again, I'm like, this is what I get for trying to be a good human. So I'm like, I'm gonna take the dog out. I don't even feel good. So where I lived had apartments and condos, and imagine a big wide street. So there was almost like an L. So most of the apartments went this way and the main street was over here. So I lived closer to this side. It was a big wide street with just these city-owned ponds. I don't know what they were doing with those ponds. I still don't know to this day.
Right, what's in there?
And then there were condos right behind us, a very small condominium complex. And then right after that was just this where the street ended was this tall grass because the freeway went over it, right? Okay. So there was just nothing back there. So I start walking my dog back there. I think I talked about my bestie, Cheryl, last time. I'm on the phone. Yeah, hey girl. I'm on the phone. Remember Apple phones were this big back then? So I'm on my tiny Apple phone, It's and talking to her. Yeah, and I'm walking my dog I feel like barf. And she's just like, you're going to be okay. And I see in this this street is really wide, right? Yeah. Before it dead ends. And I see a homeless guy and he looks up when he sees me. His bike is on the floor, right? He has a little bicicleta. And so he looks up and sees me and I look at him on the phone with my dog leash and he jumps on his bike. And I remember telling my best friend, I'm like, not to be a bitch, but don't tell me he's going to try to ride his bike on the sidewalk with my big ass dog when he has this whole ass street that's super wide, we could have a whole party out here in this street. And he's bicycling towards me super fast. And my dumb ass is just I'm not feeling good. I shouldn't have left the stupid apartment. It's 5 too. And I want to say, if I remember her birthday, it was maybe May. So he comes up to me. He's like, he's dead. He's dead. He blew his head off. And my dumb ass is like, dude, let me call you back. And I remember just saying that to my best friend. And he said it again and he was really frantic. And so I try to be smart. Tried is the key word there. Try to be smart. Called 911. I said, this is my name. My home address is this. This is my exact precise location. This is the situation that's happening. I have this man here and he's telling me there's a dead body. I'm about to follow him. If this phone disconnects, come find my body. You're going to be looking for my body. And so I don't go to because I told you it's tall grass. So I don't go that way. I cross the street this way to get an angled view. Yeah. Cause you're I'm
thinking smart.
Yeah. What is that? Not CSI. It's the one with Reed. All the criminal minds. Yeah. Criminal Minds paid off. Finally, all that TV watching. I was I've learned so much. Yeah. Those master's degrees means nothing. They mean nothing to me. So I look, I'm on the phone, and I don't know why in my mind the 911 operator was Southern. But I remember telling her all that. I was serious. I was if this phone disconnects, come find my body. I'm not even joking. Yeah. So I crossed the street and I was yeah, there's legs. There's a body. There's legs. I see legs. And she's like, but ma'am, are you sure the individual is, mind you, this is San Jose, California. So I'm I don't know why in my mind she was Southern, in my memory. Are you sure the individual is deceased? And I was just oh yeah, stupid me. I should go check. Right. What if homeboy's just passed out? You know? Yeah. What if he's in distress and actually needs help? So I was dude. Now I told you how the music in my mind goes, dude. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, he's dead. He's dead. Can you guys send someone? Ma'am, are you sure? How do you know the individual is deceased? And I was he has no head. I was mad. Because this woman kept questioning me, which is her job, but I'm in shock. Whoa! Even though the guy had said that, it did not occur to me that it was real. Yeah. I was just walking my damn dog. Head. And so I'm he has no head. And she's okay, ma'am, we have units on the way. So I was could y'all hurry? I mean, I'm standing here with and mind you, the homeless guy is freaked out. I mean, this guy was probably like in his early 50s. He was probably my height. I'm not gonna lie. He was a small man. I was like, I could totally take this dude. So I was feeling pretty cocky. I wasn't scared, but he was hiding behind me talking about, did you see it? What did they say? Like, he was so freaked out and terrified by what we were seeing. Yeah. And I was like, bro, get back up, man. I'm trying. Like, you know, he was so scared. He was hiding behind me. Oh I'm 5'2.5". My dog, like, I'm on the phone with this 911 operator who's just kind of stressing me out because I was like, are they almost here? Ma'am, we have units on the way. And I was like, all right.
Do I wait?
Can I call my mom? No, ma'am, you cannot disconnect this call. Okay, whoa. Shit just got real. Calm down. I'm sorry. Okay, so
I have a disclaimer really fast. I'm laughing because of how you guys tell the story, not that this
is my memory.
This poor man's head is off. I'm just
no,
you guys are the funniest storyteller ever. So I'm not being insensitive to this dead man. I'm just saying, like,
I couldn't believe it. Yeah, there's the only way. My coping mechanism is humor. If I didn't have a sense of humor, I'm not even. Yeah. Depression would take over. So I'm standing there getting more irritated because it's just really awkward. Yeah. This is not how I saw the rest of my day going. I was going to go home, take a little Pepto and have a little snooze. You know, this was before kids. I could sleep. And so I could hear the cop cars and I'm like, oh, I hear them coming. You're like, I was like, okay, they passed me up. Can you tell them this is my exact location? Da, 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 da. Okay, ma'am, I'm telling them right now. Okay. Okay, they passed me up again. I want us. Okay, who are their supervisors? And I remember telling her, I was like, listen, I am standing here outside, a single female. It's getting chilly. I have a homeless man standing next to me using me as a shield, and my dog is trying to pee on and or near this person who's here, and I'm feeling really uncomfortable and I don't know how to respond. And she's like, ma'am, they are trying to get, I was like, listen. Like, I was getting so frustrated. I was like, I want to go home. I don't feel good. This did not help matters. And so they finally show up. Yeah. And I was just like, oh, thank God. And then I called my best friend. I was like, dude, come here and hang out with me. Because I was so uncomfortable and they were making me stay, right? And I was like, I'm not a suspect, am I? Like, because I was just walking my dog, bro. Like, I don't know. How is this my life, you know? And so they're like, hang out. So I call my best friend to come, you know, be with me. She didn't live far. And, you know, the cops are doing their thing. And when I say it was very graphic, I won't go into graphic details, but it was a graphic image that is burned and seared into my mind for the rest of my life. Right. And so coroner comes. It's now been like an hour or so. And here's where it gets incredibly heartbreaking. They found a suicide note in his back pocket, and it was in a Ziploc baggie. He was very smart. And we're going to talk about this man because I can only imagine this man was the most caring, considerate human in his life. The note detailed who he was, why he had done it, how to get a hold of all his family, everything. He had thought everything out. And the only thing I asked the officer was why. And all the officer would tell me was he was sick. He didn't say if it was mental illness. He didn't say if it was a physical illness. Yeah. And I remember going home and I literally felt his spirit with me the next 3 days. And it was not like I was creeped out. Like, I'm not Kelsi, okay? Kelsi and I talk on the phone. I'm like, nah, dude, if I saw spirits, I'd be like, listen, bro, you need to make an appointment. You can't just show up here unannounced. This is inappropriate and highly unprofessional of you. So that's not something I'm used to, right? I was creeped out. I'm like 27 years old. I have the light. I'm sleeping with my lights on. Yeah. Okay. I was scared. And so I was able to find out his name. And so I looked him up. This was like 13 years ago. Technology wasn't what it was today, but I found his address. He lived in my apartment complex. So I made my mom call the front of the complex I was like, what if he has animals? So, you know, I'm thinking of every aspect. You know, I think of if it was me, I think I always put myself in the situation. If it was me, I'd be worried about this. Right. Not necessarily mean that is what they worried about, but I'm thinking about that. Like, what if he thought they would come sooner? Yeah. Because I had been told that they couldn't find the family members. They tried to call, but nobody had called them back yet. Right. And so like she called the front and she said, hey, do you have a an individual by this name living in the complex. They were like, we're not supposed to tell you, but yeah. She said, has it been a while since you heard from this individual? And they're like, we're not supposed to tell you, but how do you know this? They thought she was you. They thought she over here psychic, you know, she be knowing the things. And she basically told them, he ended his own life and my daughter found his body. They were like, what? And she goes, my daughter's concern is that he may have animals in that apartment thinking somebody was going to come sooner. Yeah. And so they were like, we're going right now. We're going right now. So a couple days later, we ran into the handyman who works on all the apartments. We were really legit. We were cool with him. I don't remember his name, but he was just so nice. And so, my mom was just telling him like, hey, it was her. And he's like, oh my God, you found it? I was like, yeah, I'm still having a hard time. Like, I was like, I still haven't recovered. I hope. And they said there was no animals in the apartment, but he said he was the one to go into the apartment and everything had been packed up nice and neat, all labeled, clean. He left the apartment essentially spotless. And then I started recalling the scene. And I remember thinking as I was there, he wore such nice clothes to die in. He had a nice dress shirt. He had light khaki pants. And I'll never forget his shoes. They were so brand new and white. Like they were so bright white. And it occurred to me not long after, I was like, he was hoping a motorist driving to the condominiums when they turned would see his feet and legs and probably not have to come across what I came across. Right. And he did it outside to spare the cleaning people in the apartments the task of having to clean something like that up. And he packed everything up so none of his family and nobody that worked at the complex would have to go through his items and make more work for them. And that always struck me. That always stuck with me. And I never forgot his first name. I don't remember his last name, but I remember his first name. And, the one thing that was the hardest for me, obviously, other than coming across the situation, right, what that upsets me so much about mankind today and probably always was this man walked down the street with a shotgun and not a single person called. Yeah. It was a busy street. Not a single person cared. Right. What if somebody had smiled at him? Maybe it would have changed his mind. Yeah. But he walked down that street feeling so incredibly hopeless. And I struggled with that heartbreak for him, not knowing this individual. But I think once you find somebody's body, the shell of what they were, who they were, it sticks with you. And so, the initial incident was a complete shit show because it's like I've got this 911 operator dispatch person stressing me out. I've got my dog there who's just like, what the hell are we doing? This homeless man, like I said, is using me as a shield. And I was like, I don't know what you think I'm gonna do, bro. Like I can take you, but probably nobody else. And it's like all the things that occurred to you after the situation.
Right. Yeah. That's it's also like right place. Like you're at the right place, right time too. Like I think
was I?
Yeah. Like
was right the word we want to go with? Jeka?
Can you imagine if what if how many people probably walked past that person and didn't do anything? Like
the shotgun was right next to him as well. Oh wow! So if somebody, his body was back and he was like this. Yeah. And the shotgun was on his side, and they had said he had loaded it.
Notice somebody walking with
a whole ass shotgun. He didn't have anything else. Yeah.
There's someone here, and they're I don't know if it's him though. I don't think so, but they just keep saying terminal. Like over and over, terminal.
Yeah.
So maybe you know what that means.
He was sick.
Terminal.
He was sick.
Terminal,
maybe terminal cancer.
Or and my whole body right now, like I'm shaking.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Like my whole body, like I just feel like I'm out of like maybe a blood something with blood, like a blood disease or something.
It makes sense because I thought, for somebody being sick, he was very heavy set, but steroids are often how they treat individuals with cancer. And that will make you get bigger really fast too. Steroids do that.
Yeah, I was like trying to listen, but there's someone here. I'm like shaking. I'm like,
was he nice?
Whoever this is just giving me information. I don't know. They're not showing me themselves. They're not like, I don't see anyone, but I feel them.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It's really like intense.
Just tell him that somebody cared.
Yeah.
We went back the next day, my best friend and I, because they left so much. And trigger warning for anybody who doesn't like graphic stuff, step away now. 3, 2, 1. They left so much brain and skull, and that bothered me so much. So we went to Home Depot. Her parents had a shovel. We went and got gloves and stuff like that. And we had them make a little cross, and we went and buried it, and we put the little cross there, and yeah.
Wow.
What else do you do, you know?
Yeah.
It was just such a weird situation. I was just like, why does this stuff happen to me? Like, but if it was cancer, that is what took my dad 7 years prior.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, so maybe.
That's so crazy.
That's wild.
Honestly, like, you're like such a strong person. We talked about this on the podcast last
You're like an
time.
angel.
Yeah.
Like a
You were
literal
literally put on this
angel.
earth
Yeah.
to save people, and that's what you've done with everyone.
Yeah.
But
I felt bad for him. You know, you feel bad and you wish like, well, had I ever seen him? You know, did I have my resting bitch face on? Was I thinking about something? Did I ignore him? Like, I mean, he lived across the street. This is a big complex. I doubt I saw him, but you know, you start holding yourself responsible. You feel guilty for something somebody else felt because you don't, you know what it's like to feel hurt. You know, we all know what it's like to feel alone, rejected, in pain, scared, whatever it is. And you never want to wish it on somebody else. And
I feel like he's at peace now. Like, I don't know. I feel like he knew he was going to die. And he didn't want to put his family through that. He didn't want to put anyone through like the slow death. Like he just like, I feel like he thought it was the best way to go for his family. And he wanted to choose. I feel like he wanted to choose like if he wanted to go, like when he wanted to go.
Yeah.
He felt
he
like
didn't want it to take
he didn't have
over
a
his
choice.
body.
He just was sitting there every day thinking, am I going to die today? Is what I'm feeling. So I feel like he did that with his choice, and he was happy with his choice, which usually it's different with suicide, you know, victims. Like I've connected with a lot, and sometimes they're sad, sometimes they regret it, sometimes they're angry, but whoever this is, I feel like they're at peace.
Maybe he took back his power in that moment in a sense, you know,
That's
like
what it feels
I have
like.
no control. Sometimes you have no control if you get sick like that. And then being able, you know, and of course, assisted suicide, which is, you know, a big hot topic in our country. You know, I'm glad he's at peace.
Yeah, I feel like he is.
Well, I think now is a good time to take our second quick little break.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And then we can jump back in with Kelsi's
Yeah.
stories. Thank
But
you,
wow,
Eeka.
thank you so much for that, Eeka, and also Kelsi for channeling. I feel like I'm just like this.
I know, my life is crazy. I'm not even kidding.
I was
like
not expecting
beginning
that.
to end, that's my life. Like
Let's go to break, and we'll come right back.
break.
Break.
All right, Pride fam, we are back. And
Sorry for
Still-
bumming y'all out.
no,
Like,
still, I mean, even like on
13
the
years ago
break, Kelsi was still channeling him, so we were just kind of like listening.
is
but-
she channeling him or is he channeling her?
Ooh, the story.
It's a real question. Chicken or
Find
egg?
out on NBC this Thursday.
Yeah.
I just found teriyaki in my hair.
Nice.
Snacks.
Always bringing them meals, girl. Like, she's always eating a meal. She showed up at the
She
party
just
with
licked
her
it.
teriyaki chicken and rice bowl. I was like, dude.
I've never been to like a party where they had food there. So
Yeah, we had a taco
I
truck.
brought it.
She's sitting there, everybody's partying, having fun. The kids are running around. It's a big ass charcuterie
No,
board.
Girl,
She's got her little bowl. Yeah, I was like, oh, you're that girl.
At the Halloween party?
Yeah,
You didn't see her with her
No,
little
you
Wabba
brought
Girl
a
bowl or whatever.
Her Wabba
It'd be
Girl.
so
You
stupid.
love
The
Wabba Girl.
Yeah.
Wabba Girl. Wabba Girl, if you're looking for a psychic medium to be sponsor,
I'm sure
Kelsi
they
knew.
were just looking. They just had a meeting about having a psychic medium. sponsor
Probably.
them.
All right, Kelsi, well, tell us, this is our last segment. This has been really fun because it's something different that Pride House doesn't do. So I think this is going to be really awesome for all our listeners, and would love to hear your experience.
One of my many. There's been like 3 different times where we've had to like, I don't know, figure out something like, we found someone buried with a cross, unmarked grave with a note apologizing for what they had done to the Lord, like, Lord, please forgive me for what I've done, like stuff like that. So that was one. And then another, I actually, in Vegas, I told you about that.
Yeah.
I saw someone dead in the middle of the road. It was very graphic, you know. That stuff just kind of shocks you. Like, it's like, I wasn't ready to see that.
Yeah.
But with being a psychic medium with people, I usually like feel energy from people. And I looked at him and I just knew he was dead right away. I didn't feel anything. I didn't see an aura. I didn't feel any energy from him. Like, you know, besides residual energy, whatever. But I just I knew he was dead. I looked at my mom. I was like, Mom, he's dead. He's dead. I just saw a dead man. He's dead. She was like, how do you know? How do you know? I was like, Mom, I just know he was dead. Yeah. So, that was another one. And we found out he did die. You know, he died on impact. So
I always think I'm suffering, but
yeah, he walked in the middle of the freeway in Vegas. Walked in the middle. I think he was homeless or something. He didn't have shoes on when I saw him. You know, I'm not sure.
Like, intentionally?
Yeah, intentionally walked on the freeway, got hit by 2 cars. Like, it was online after I had looked it up. Because I wanted to see, you know. I was like, I feel like he's dead. But I was hoping maybe he would. But no, he was gone. But that was sad. And then another time was when it was a friend of mine at the time. And we went to... So there was this oil field in Huntington Beach, and a deceased body had just been found. So we saw it online. They had no leads, nothing. They just found, like, it was this guy, like, she followed online. He found it. And he posted a picture of the body on his story and was like, oh, my God, I just found a dead body. And it was all skeletal remains, except the head looked like it had been, like, soaked in oil or something, like, super weird. So it was all skeletal remains.
Posted this on his social media?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Which was, like, kind of disturbing.
Yeah,
but
people
like,
do anything for the views.
Hashtag inappropriate.
Like, I would not post a deceased body, but I saw it, you know, like, I saw it, and I kept getting this vision of an African-American man, and I was like, why do I feel like this man is Black, you know? Like, I couldn't figure out that part. So I don't know. I asked a couple of my friends who were mediums. They were like, I don't know. Like, I'm not getting anything like that. And I was like, I just feel like he was Black, you know? And then we went to the oil fields to kind of see if we could feel anything. Cause I just wanted to help, you know? I just wanted to maybe use my gifts to help. So we went there. We were like recording, you know, just like documenting everything. We didn't think we would find anything like this. Right. So we went there and we were walking around the whole oil field. There was no way in. Like, this place was locked out. Like, the gates, like, there was no holes in any gates. Like, it was like we could not get in. So we were like, how the heck did they get a body in there? Like, it looked like it had just been dumped. Like, it looked like he wasn't killed there. He had been dead for a long time and the body was just thrown there. That's what it looked like. So we went, couldn't find one hole in the gate, and we were walking, and I kept seeing this hawk. Like, in my spirit guide, he always sends me hawks for some reason. Like, I believe that, you know. Wow. So I kept seeing this hawk circling this one area, and it was this area that we walked past. And I was like, okay, like, let's go back over there. And the girl was like, yeah, let's go. So we walked over there, and we both stopped mid-tracks, and we kind of looked at each other. We're like, maybe we should do like a spirit session, like spirit box session, to see if maybe we could find something, you know, to help this guy. So then we both were just like, let's just go down this hill right here. Like, it was in the middle, like it was on the sidewalk with a busy road. On the side, we walked through trees. Like, we walked through all these trees trying to get back there because we just felt like we needed to go back there. Yeah. So we went back there, and then she notices, she was in front of me, she notices there's a hole in the fence. That was the only hole we'd ever seen, and it looked like someone crawled through it. Like, and a stick was placed in front of it. And I was like, that's really weird. Like, and it was like yards away from where the body was found. Whoa. So we thought that was kind of strange. So then she looks to her right, and she was like, I think there's like clothes over there. Like, I see it in the distance, you know, she saw like clothes. So I was like, I just got a bad feeling. My heart sank, you know, that feeling where you're just like, this isn't good. Yeah. Like, I just had this feeling. So I was like,
your response is different than mine would be. You're like, let me go to it. I'm like, we got to go, baby. Let's go. We're out. Like, I quit. Like, that's me. Kelsi's like, let me go check it out. See what I'm feeling, you know? Eeka's like, no, I'm good. I'm going to go get some Del Taco. I'll see y'all later, okay?
It's so funny how different, like, the way we tell our stories. I'm all calm
Kelsey's like, I felt like it was like a really dangerous situation, so I went.
Because like, fuck this shit.
Call me later. Let me know when you get home.
I'll be at the top, go down the road.
I'm calling your mother. Yeah, no.
Literally though. But like, so we walk over there. This body, so the body that the guy posted, you know, had no clothes, like nothing, no shoes, nothing on it. It was just skeleton, like straight up skeleton. And we walked over there and I saw shoes and I was like, that's not good. I saw underwear too, a shirt, pants. I was like, that's a full outfit. Like, that's not normal. You know, usually if someone was homeless living over there, they would have dropped a shirt or something.
Yeah, like a piece, it was an article.
A piece. Like, but this was all of it. Then I saw 2 chargers, like 2 phone chargers, 2 phones.
The police done missed all this information.
Didn't see it. I don't know how. Like, it wasn't far from where, I don't know. We did crawl through bushes and stuff though. So like, I don't know. They must have not looked very well, clearly. Yeah. So then,
was it air, water or anything? Could stuff have like moved it or washed up later?
No.
Oh, damn. Okay.
This was in the middle of a dry oil field.
Oh, just trying to give benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
Trying. Okay.
No, like with oil tanks. Like
I thought, maybe it was like the ocean. Because California, you know, stuff washes up. So my mind.
No, it wasn't. Like, it was like, I don't know how they missed it though. But like, I don't know. I'm trying to give them the benefit of the doubt. But we went over there and I saw like all the clothes and stuff, the chargers, the phones. And then it wasn't a wallet. There wasn't a wallet there, but it looked like everything that was in the wallet. Like the IDs, 2 IDs I saw. There was a debit card, credit card, whatever. There was like hundreds of dollars in cash.
His whole life.
Like cash. And I was like, why would someone, if someone murdered this man, dumped him, why would they leave the cash? If it was a robbery, this must have been something deeper. Like, I don't know, like something. Yeah. It looked like they dumped his backpack out or something and just left everything, right? But the money was just like everywhere. And we were just like, this is not good. So I was like, I'm going to call, I got to call the police or something. Like, so we called the police and the lady was super rude.
Of course.
The dispatcher.
So rude. But I was freaking out. I was having an anxiety attack. I was like, I just found like, we just found like all these belongings, like, and oh yeah, I forgot the part. I looked at the ID. This is why I called. The man was African American. Oh, so I was like, oh no. Like, I knew. I was like, this is not good. He was my age too, super young, so young, and it like broke my heart.
How long ago was this?
This was like this year, like
okay, yeah,
like not long ago, but it was really sad. And then we called the dispatcher, and me and her kind of got into it because like, I was literally freaking out. Like, we just found all this stuff, and I was like naming what we found, for her knowledge, whatever. And she's like, okay, I need to know where you are. And I was like interrupted me. I was like, well, I'm like off this road in Huntington. Like I can, I'm trying to get the road name. And she was like, ma'am, I need to know what intersection you're at. Like, just super rude.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah, dispatchers, they need to get the facts. They get real snippety. And I think in this situation, like my situation, I was just more irritated that it was happening. Like, why is this happening to me right now? Like, I think everybody responds different, when your emotions are different. But when somebody's being snippety with you and you're in a mental space of,
that scared me. I was like, this lady doesn't need to be bitchy with me. Like, I'm just trying to help.
She needs Jesus.
I just found what like your cops didn't find. Like,
that's why she was being bitchy.
She was being super rude. Like, I even told her, I was like, you're being like you don't need to be that way with me, like a bitch. You don't need to be. And then she got all mad and she was like, you shouldn't like, I don't know, like we got into it a little bit, but then we like found out where we were and stuff, and the CSI pulled up, and it was one lady, so she came, and
CSI was one lady?
It was one lady.
Damn.
She's like, she cuts out of the band, she's probably like, I got this.
Yeah, no, she got
Huntington
out.
Beach running low on funds. Like,
she got out. She was like, why? She was really rude too. She was like, why are you guys here? We were like, oh, we like literally, I don't know, like we just came down here and we found all this stuff. I didn't know how to explain it to her. Like,
you're like, I'm a psychic medium and something told me to come here.
Yeah, I like didn't know how to explain it to her. So then like I don't know, she was just like, what's your name? It's like, okay, Kelsi, and then what's her name? She named her name. And then she was just like, okay, you guys can go. And we were like, are we going to get updates? Like, you know, whatever.
I need to know how this
Is that really it?
Is that it? And
Right.
she was like, you can call, like, she was just really like, you can call the, you know, station and get information, whatever. So we were like, okay, like, so later we called and.
Not even a thank you or anything?
No,
Nah,
nothing.
yeah, right.
I mean, which is fine. I'm not expecting like praise for that, you know,
Right.
like
Told you should have come to the Del Taco with me. I could have got a dip, but no.
I was like,
I said we should get a burrito.
I'm at the taqueria down the street. Homegirls over
having
here.
the best time. I'm dealing with these people who aren't very nice.
We're like taking tequila shots. you know.
Where's Kelsi, y'all? She's still at the crime scene.
Solving a murder.
She's solving a murder.
But homegirl don't listen. She don't want to listen.
We'll just keep ordering rounds until she gets back.
I feel like we're in danger. I pieced out. She went straight for it. I said, all right, okay.
I think I'm crazy sometimes, but
I told you before,
we love that.
you've got big dick energy. Okay, like big dick energy right here.
I'm very honored.
Usually
BDE.
I'm BDE. Usually I'm BDE, but in a situation like that, I'd be small dick energy all the way. I gotta go.
I feel like I'm pretty
It was good knowing you.
big dick energy with that kind of stuff. Jeka's like, God damn it, Mollee. Runs after.
I feel like I want to be involved with like, you know, I would go look, but also like I'm like medium. I'll stay like, you know, halfway here and halfway there. Like, do you need me to do something? I'm here,
Right.
but I'm not gonna go all the way over there.
I call somebody on my phone. Hey,
I'll
you
call.
want me to call?
I'll call. I'm ready. Tell me when. Tell me when.
And
I
I'm
know
the
what you
person
guys
that,
would do in a situation.
Literally,
like this.
yeah.
I would be with you right there.
Yeah.
Well, you jumped out of a car
it's like-
and ran across the 10 freeway.
Yeah.
I'd be like, this is
Stopped
not
a semi.
safe. Yeah.
He was like, I was like,
I'll
stop.
yeah. I mean, I just
Jeka
help.
was like, babe.
Were they like, tell them large Marge send shit? Okay.
Poor Emily
Herman
was
reference.
crying. Yeah, sorry. So she called
was there too.
She was in the backseat. She was crying. She was like, is
She
Mollee
called her
okay?
mom. We're like, we're good.
We're good. So you call the station, and then I needed to
This
know how
lady's
this
like, rude.
ends.
So you didn't get any information?
Well, okay, so we called and the investigator, they said like, it is being tested as evidence. It's being ran, you know, like that's all they basically said. So like it was, you know, connected clearly, you know,
Right.
they were running it as evidence. Then we called, no answer. Called, no answer. So I don't know what happened.
Or crime fighting.
I think we really helped it. I think we solved it. There was nothing online about it. It's kind of like they brushed it under the rug, which kind of
And you want to know what's sad is
you
probably
Google
because the
it?
person is black. It's
Right.
it's the person is a person of color, so they're not gonna put media on it. They're not gonna. That's how. That's
Well,
literally
and if you missed evidence, that was just like right there.
right.
They
Kind of
look
like this
very hard.
Smirnoff pink seltzer lemonade is
It's
right here.
right
but
here.
Right.
Where is it?
Yeah.
You know, you don't. You know, that might look bad or whatever.
Right.
Not that that's an excuse, but
Yeah.
that would also make sense. But yeah, you gotta stop being out there in the streets, girl. You out in the streets. I'm at home.
Advocating. I'm an advocate for Kelsi being on the street.
Let's
Kelsey's
go.
on the street. I'm
Next time
home,
you-
door locked, chain is on. I've got this like bar in the back of my back door. Bye, guys.
You have to bring me next time
Oh, yeah, I will.
because we'd be.
Oh
we'd
no,
be
me
the
and Eeka are
dynamic-
going to Del Taco.
Wanna go to
We'll
Del
see you
Taco?
guys
Wait,
later.
no,
What a
Classy.
dynamic duo.
Yeah.
We're
Keep
gonna
it
go
classy.
to like a nicer restaurant.
Like-
You want to go to Yard House?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
I was going to say Olive Garden.
Ooh,
Dude,
breadsticks.
Garden of Olives is
with
amazing.
not the Parmesan, the Alfredo sauce.
All of our ADD minds right now. We're like,
Oh my
ooh,
God, I
We're
know.
like- I think we're hungry.
Garden's delicious. Try the shrimp scampi.
Also good. Also good.
Well,
Low
no, I
calories
think
as well.
that like I feel like that kind of leads to our because we do a question of the week. I feel like that's a perfect question where you just kind of asked everyone and we'll come back and answer it. If you guys, all of our listeners and viewers, if you were in the situation that one of us had described, what would you do? Would you be someone that ran to help somebody? Would you stay back? Would you be scared?
Y'all stay home. Don't be in any situation. Y'all be staying home, okay? Remember them quarantine stay-at-home orders? Go back to that. Go back. Remember, I get so nostalgic for early quarantine time.
It was good.
Yeah.
At
It
first
was
we were like,
sad.
no, it's
Traffic
not good.
porn.
This sucks. It's horrible. But then I go back and I'm like, oh man, I
No
miss
traffic.
so
Like being-
much.
It was
Nowhere
scary
to
going
go.
to the store with nothing on the shelves, though, and
Yeah.
people like
Oh.
panicking. That
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
terrifying.
It was like
was like-
apocalyptic.
I remember going to Target and be like this was before like it was like a big
apocalypse had
thing.
taken
Like
place.
before
That
even
was
as like
insane.
before like COVID, right? And, like before I remember going to Target and be like, that's crazy. There's no toilet paper. That's so weird. And then all of a sudden it was like, boom,
Yeah.
quarantine,
Done.
stock up,
That's not why
like
people
get
were
your stuff.
so
And we were like,
hyped
oh
up
my
about
god.
toilet paper. Y'all got some washcloths at home
At
and some
least
water.
a
Ain't nobody cutting your
Oh my
water
god,
off.
a bidet.
Oh my God.
Before we
like water bottles. Yeah. You don't even need a bidet.
This happened last
this is
night.
gonna be the last story because this has been a long
tell it
episode.
quick.
So thank y'all for listening, but you're not gonna want to miss this. So we went to Dancing with the Stars yesterday for the finale. Go off JoJo. We think you should have won, but super good for the other team or couple. And then we went, and Brian Friedman, who's a great friend of ours, he's moving to Arizona, so we went to like a goodbye and also housewarming for his Arizona house. Yeah. So we get there and we had some drinks, whatever. We call the Uber to go home, and I go, let me pee real quick. So I go in, and Brian Friedman, if you guys know, like he's bougie, right? So all of his stuff already looks fancy. So, and there's like a blue light in there.
The toilet had a blue light like inside. It was like,
it was just like a stunning
want to
bathroom.
sit on it.
Wow. And I've been there before and have peed and done my business on that toilet. But I'm sitting there and I like pee, I pull my pants up, I turn
Does the
around.
toilet talk like, thank you?
No, but that would be epic.
For you to pee.
So I go to flush and I flush and water sprays at me. So I click the bidet flush and I didn't know that, okay? So I push it down. So I was like, and I like try and lift it up and I lift it up and the other hole shoots and I was like, I was like, how do I stop? And I was like,
she is squirter. We got a squirter. So your own piss is coming back up at you?
No, it's spray water.
It's like clean
water.
Oh my God, I've never seen
So
it.
then you thought it would squirt your own piss?
I've never seen it, but I ain't fancy, y'all.
So I open the door. Jack is holding my purse out there and I go, get in here right now.
I was like, no. Get in here right now.
Like, get in here. Jacka's like,
Look at that Del Taco.
There is, you
down
guys,
the street.
flooded on the floor.
I was like, what the
There's
fuck?
water everywhere. I was like,
There was like dripping from the ceiling.
I was like,
what the fuck?
I just got attacked by a fucking bidet.
By the toilet.
And my clothes.
She filed assault
were
charges.
She was soaked.
I was drenched. So I walk up to
sleeve
Brian.
was like-
I said, hey. And I start busting up laughing. And I go, hey. And he's like, are you super high right now? And I said, no. I said, no. What I'm going to tell you is I'm going to leave. I'm going to give you one of these types of hugs because I am soaked because your bidet attacked me. And then T. Millie was there, Tim Milgram, and he goes, okay, I have a confession. I was over here a couple months ago, and I feel like you thought I was in there taking a shit, but I got attacked by your bidet.
And Brian was like, how many times do you think that's actually happened to people?
He goes, is that why there's always water on the
Water
mirror?
spots on the... like, oh my
That
God.
was a bidet, man.
Yeah, I mean, and it's pretty aggressive. It shoots pretty far.
because you're supposed to be sitting on the toilet when you use it.
I had a toilet once and it didn't have a little handle. You had to pull the whole ass thing off the top.
Oh, and
pull
lift up the chain?
Yeah,
And
the whole
then
thing.
yeah.
No.
Toilet's like doing the robot in there. what kind of toilet was this?
that was
Molly, why is this your life?
an experience. I think it was meant to be to bring us to a good, fun ending on
at
a
her coming to her
serious
positivity.
episode. Yeah, but
Don't forget to download this episode, download the previous episodes.
yeah, if you guys can't watch, if you can't view it, you can totally listen to podcasts wherever, in the car,
Ooh, when
the
you're
shower,
showering.
taking a
That's
poop.
my new favorite thing, to listen to podcasts.
Just don't get hit by the bidet.
Watch out for the bidets.
Hopefully
they
not
spray.
finding bodies or evidence. You guys don't.
Yes.
Yeah.
Stay home. Says
Stay home,
Eeka.
go to Del Taco and listen to
Kelsi
podcasts.
and Eeka, thank you so much for being here again. You know, we love y'all, your family, and tell them where they can find you on social media.
I have YouTube, which is Kelsi Davies, KelsiDavies. And then my Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok is Kelsi with 2 I's, Davies with 2 S's.
And she also has a podcast that's called
Intoxicated,
That's cool.
INTALK.
where she gets super.
Oh, it's play on words.
She gets super high and has
I came
conversations.
up with it when I was high.
I like that though. I'm not that creative.
And then Eeka, where can
This is my podcast. That's what it's called. It's called my podcast.
Eeka's podcast.
We're the McLeod family on Instagram. We're the McLeod fam on TikTok and YouTube, and that's us.
Awesome. And you can always find us, Fright House LA, on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube. We love you guys. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, review, share. Tell all your friends. We love you guys. And it's a great day to be LGBTQIA.
See you next time. Bye.